2:11 a.m. Red light, empty road. Or at least I thought it was. The city was quiet, just rain on the windshield and old songs on the radio. The kind of night that makes you think too much. I stopped at a red light, looked away for a second, then noticed someone sitting in the passenger seat. I almost hit the brakes, heart racing, trying to remember when they got in. No footsteps, no open door, no explanation, just silence. Who are you, and why are you here? You don't say a word, you just stare through the glass like you've ridden this road before. Who are you, and why do your eyes feel familiar somehow? The light turned green, neither of us moved. I kept driving because somehow I wasn't scared. The stranger beside me looked out at the city like they knew every street, every shortcut, every mistake. Late night highway, questions in my head, trying to understand what isn't making sense. No name, no voice, no reason to stay calm, but something in the silence felt strangely warm, like an old memory trying to take shape, like somebody I lost but couldn't place. The rain got heavier, the road got darker still. The passenger stayed. Who are you, and why are you here? The night keeps moving, but time feels frozen. And somehow I know this ride is only beginning. No words yet. 20 minutes passed without a conversation. The stranger never asked where we were going, never checked the phone, never changed the radio. Just sat there watching the city drift by like they'd seen it all before. Some silences awkward, this one felt different. Backseat silence, louder than 1,000 words. I keep waiting for a reason, waiting for a name. Backseat silence, following me through the night like a story that hasn't reached its ending. A song came on, one I hadn't heard in years, and for a moment I thought I saw them smile. The kind of smile that belongs to a memory, not a stranger, not someone you just met. Street lights flashing one by one, like old photographs coming undone. Trying to connect dots that don't connect, trying to remember something I forget. And every mile makes it harder to ignore the feeling I've known this person before. And they finally spoke just 3 words, keep driving. Backseat silence, now carrying a mystery. And somehow the night feels different than when it began. 2:58 a.m. Exit 21. The passenger pointed toward an exit sign. No explanation, just a quiet gesture. I should have ignored it, kept following my route, but curiosity took the wheel. Some roads find you before you find them. Exit 21, a place I haven't seen in a very long time. Exit 21, every mile feels familiar, even though I don't know why. Old gas station, faded neon lights, a diner still open despite the hour. Something about this place pulled at my memory like a dream trying to wake up. Half-forgotten moments start coming back. Pieces of a story hidden in the dark. Faces without names, names without faces, trying to rebuild long abandoned places. And the passenger just watches the road like they already know what I'm about to know. And they whisper, he used to come here. Exit 21. Now the night feels strange, because deep down I know they're right. a.m. Open all night, yeah. The gas station looked frozen, like time forgot about it. Same old light, same cracked pavement, same coffee machine, humming in the corner. And suddenly a memory hit me out of nowhere. A summer night, someone standing beside me. Midnight gas station, why do I remember now? Pieces of a life I thought I lost somehow. Midnight gas station, every corner tells a story, and every story feels connected to you. I looked toward the passenger, but they didn't react, like they already knew what memory found me, like they'd been waiting for me to remember all along. Coffee cups, old receipts, tiny details coming back to me. Funny how memory works that way, hiding for years and showing up one day, and every answer creates another question about the stranger riding in my passenger section outside. Station, the puzzle's getting clearer, and the stranger beside me 3:42 a.m. I finally asked, who are you? Really? The question sat between us for a while before they turned and looked at me for the first time. And suddenly everything went quiet. Familiar eyes, I've seen them somewhere in another chapter, another year. Familiar eyes looking back at me like they know every version of who I've been. I searched my memory through old friendships, old heartbreaks, old photographs, trying to find a match for the face beside me, but nothing fit. Close enough to recognize, too far away to place. Like a dream you remember but can't fully trace. Every mile, every light, every reflection in the glass feels like the answer's close but not close enough to grasp. Then they smiled and said, you'll remember soon. Familiar eyes following me through the dark, and for the first time I realized this isn't a random ride. It's a journey back to something I forgot. I missed the exit, or maybe I was supposed to. The GPS kept talking, telling me to turn around, but the passengers shook their head without saying a word. So I kept driving past familiar roads into parts of the city I hadn't seen in years. The streets look smaller now, the buildings older somehow, like time had moved forward while this place stayed behind. Every mile felt like a page turning itself. Wrong turn, that's what I called it at first, but every road we followed led somewhere that hurt. Wrong turn, maybe that's what life does too, taking us places we never planned to go through. Wrong turn, or maybe the right one, disguised as something else. We passed my old apartment, the one with the broken balcony, the one where I spent nights dreaming about who I'd become. I almost laugh looking at it now, cause back then I thought I had everything figured out. The passenger stared quietly at the window, watching my past roll by like scenery. Funny how memories age like photographs left in sunlight. The details fade but the feeling survives. I used to think every mistake defined me, every wrong decision would stay behind me. But looking back now, most of my best lessons came from roads I never would have chosen. Guess life ain't a straight line, no matter how much we plan. Sometimes a detour makes the person you become. The passenger finally spoke. You learn more there than you realize. Wrong turn, maybe I judge it too soon, cause every road behind me built the road ahead. And for the first time, I didn't regret it. passengers started talking. Their voice felt familiar, like hearing a song you haven't played in years, but still know every word. They told me a story about a young man always chasing tomorrow, never appreciating today, always looking ahead for the next achievement, the next city, the next version of himself. And suddenly I realized the story was mine. The story you told me wasn't about somebody else, it was every version of me I left on a shelf. The story you told me felt like a mirror somehow, showing me pieces I forgot about now. Yeah. The passenger remembered things I never talk about, dreams I abandoned, people I lost, moments I buried, because remembering them was easier to avoid than to face. And every detail hit too close to home. How do you know things I never said? How do you know the thoughts inside my head? The fears I carried, the nights I broke, the promises I made then quietly revoked. Every chapter, every scar, every road that got me here. It's like you've been riding beside me all these years. Then they smile, looking out at the city, and said, maybe I have. The story you told me sounded impossible at first, until I realized nobody else could know that much about me. About me. The rain returned, the windshield blurred, the city disappeared. Just lights and reflections melting together. The passengers stay silent for a while again, watching the storm as if it meant something. Then they asked me a question I wasn't ready for. What are you still running from? The answer arrived before I could stop it. Rain between us, falling like old regrets. Everything I avoided, everything I never said. Rain between us, turning memories into glass, showing me reflections of a life that moved too fast. Yeah, I talked about heartbreak, about friendships, about dreams that failed, about nights spent pretending everything was okay. I talked more than I had in years, and somehow the passenger listened without judging. Yeah, guess everybody carries ghosts hidden beneath the skin. Conversations unfinished, places they've never been since. People they miss, versions they mourn, trying to understand what they're still holding on for. The rain kept falling, the road kept moving, and for the first time, so was I. The passenger nodded like they've been waiting for me to say it out loud. Rain between us no longer felt like a wall. 4:58 a.m. The city was ending. The buildings grew smaller, the highway opened wide, the sky ahead looked lighter than before. The passengers seemed different, less mysterious now, less like a stranger, more like someone I'd known forever. And maybe I had the answer was close, I could feel it. One last ride before the night is gone. One last ride before the morning comes. One last ride, and every mile feels important, like the ending of a story I don't want to lose. I asked them again, who are you really? And this time they didn't avoid it. They just looked ahead toward the horizon, where darkness met dawn. The whole night been chasing clues, following memories, trying to find the truth. Every road, every stop, every conversation leading to this point. And suddenly the pieces fit together, not all at once, but enough to understand this journey wasn't random, it never was. Then they finally answered, I'm someone you forgot. One last ride, and suddenly everything changed, because deep down I already knew exactly what they meant. "5:17 a.m. sunrise." The first light touched the road, painting gold across the highway. I looked away for a second toward the horizon, and when I looked back, the passenger was gone. No open door, no goodbye, just an empty seat and silence. But somehow the silence felt peaceful. Empty backseat, but I don't feel alone. Empty backseat, yeah, somehow it feels like home. Empty backseat, the mystery finally makes sense, because the person I was searching for was never somebody else. The passenger wasn't a stranger, wasn't a ghost, wasn't someone from my past, at least not exactly. They were every version of me I left behind, every dream, every scar, every lesson I forgot to carry forward. The younger me, the broken me, the hopeful me, the lonely me, every chapter writing together, trying to remind me who I am. And maybe healing isn't becoming someone new, maybe it's remembering the people you've already been. The sun rose higher, the road stretched ahead. Empty backseat, but a full heart, driving toward a future that finally feels clear. The passenger is gone, but excited to see what's next. "5:34 a.m. The city is behind me now. The skyline slowly disappears inside the rearview mirror. The same streets that held my memories now look smaller with every mile. And maybe that's what healing is. Not forgetting, just creating distance between you and the pain. The sun keeps rising, whether we're ready or not. Sunrise highway, golden light across the road. For the first time in years, I don't feel lost. Sunrise highway, every mile feels lighter now, like the weight I carry finally let me go. I roll the window down, let cold air fill the car. The night's been teaching lessons, the morning bringing clarity. Somewhere between darkness and dawn, I stopped fighting myself and started listening. No destination, no rush, just me in an open road. Thinking about the people who shaped me, the mistakes who raised me. Every heartbreak, every goodbye, every reason I survived. The sky turns gold and suddenly everything feels possible. Sunrise highway, I don't know where I'm headed, but for the first time I'm excited to find out. "5:51 a.m. I finally understand. The passenger wasn't there to haunt me, wasn't there to remind me of pain. They came back because I'd forgotten pieces of myself, trying so hard to move forward that I left them behind. Some memories hurt, others help you heal. I remember now the dreams I used to chase, the promises I made before fear got in the way. I remember now the person I wanted to be, and maybe they're still inside me, waiting to be seen. Yeah. There was a version of me who believed anything was possible before disappointments made me cautious, before heartbreak made me quiet, before life taught me how complicated things could be. Still got that fire buried underneath, still got ambition, still got belief. Maybe I lost sight, maybe I got tired, but somewhere inside the spark survived. The road stretches forward like an invitation. I remember now, and somehow that's enough to keep moving. more stop. I pull over at a quiet overlook, the city behind me, the horizon ahead. The journey feels complete, not because I found answers, but because I stopped demanding them. Peace arrived quietly, like sunrise does. Final destination was never a place. It was learning how to forgive myself. Final destination was never a road. It was finding home inside my own heart. I used to think healing had a finish line, a moment where everything would suddenly make sense. Now I know it's something you practice every single day. One step forward, one step again. That's how you rebuild after things end. Not with perfection, not overnight, just small choices toward the light. The view feels different when you're not carrying yesterday. Final destination. Maybe this is what peace feels like. Not perfect, just real. "6:24 a.m. This one's for you. I never got the chance to say goodbye properly to the younger me, the broken me, the hopeful me, the scared me. All the versions that rode beside me through different years, but maybe they never left. Maybe they became me. Goodbye, passenger. Thank you for the ride. Thank you for reminding me of what I left behind. Goodbye, passenger. You don't have to guide me now. I finally know the way. I used to see my past as something to escape. Now I see it differently. Every chapter mattered, even the painful ones, even the mistakes, even the nights I thought I'd never recover from. You taught me patience, you taught me grace. You taught me failure has its place. You taught me endings, create beginnings, and every scar can become wisdom. The passenger seat stays empty, but it doesn't feel lonely. Goodbye, passenger. I'll carry the lessons forward. Every mile from here. "6:41 a.m. Morning. The road feels familiar, not because I've been here before, but because I finally feel present. No ghost, no regrets, no unanswered questions, just the sound of tires meeting the pavement. and a new day beginning. Sometimes the journey changes the traveler. Drive home, the night is finally over. Drive home, the story found its ending. Drive home, with every lesson, every memory, every piece of who I am.
I think about the fact that it took me on my feet. I think about the fact that it took me on my feet. I think about the fact that it took me on my feet.
I think about the passenger and smile, not because I miss them, but because I understand. They will never separate from me. They were the parts I needed to remember before moving forward. Yeah, the city wakes up, the sky turns blue. The future feels open like a brand new view. Still got dreams, still got roads, still got places I'm meant to go. But now I'm driving without fear, without looking back. Every mile feels clear. The sun rises higher, and so do I. Drive home with a full heart. Drive home with peace of mind. Drive home because the road ahead finally feels like mine.
I think about the fact that they took me on my feet. I think about the fact that they took me on my feet. I think about the fact that they took me on my feet.
7 a.m. and a ride.